Hey Mark, how's it going? I've seen your YouTube videos. I'm planning to move to Atlanta and my budget would be about $750,000 to $800,000. I get emails like this every day, and if you want to know how, stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Freedom Agents. My name is Marc Brenner, and if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. What I like to do is provide as much value and information as possible to help you absolutely crush your real estate sales goals and live a life of financial freedom. So do me a favor and like and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, so that was a real lead, an email that I got a while back. I do get emails and reach outs like this almost every day at this point. So today we're going to talk about lead quality, okay? Because all leads are not created equal. And before you take the time, energy, and effort to go all in on a lead generation strategy, you should make sure it's worth it. So I'm going to explain the hierarchy of lead quality and what are the crappiest leads that you probably don't want to waste your time with, and what are the highest quality leads that you should be shooting for. And I'm going to be showing you real life examples of people who reach out to me every day with some of the highest quality leads. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I get this to happen. All right, so let's talk about crappy leads versus the best leads, okay? I'm going to describe some of the differences. Now, keep in mind, this isn't every lead generation strategy. There are a million lead generation strategies. I'm just going to hit on the most common ones. So at the bottom of the list for lead quality, I would put paid leads. So this is when you pay Zillow or Realtor.com or some other service for them to give you an alert when someone is searching for a home. Now, the reason these are so low quality is because anyone can open Realtor.com or Zillow and put in their email for more information. It does not mean they're ready to buy. It does not mean they're qualified to buy. Also, they're a complete stranger. They don't know you. They don't know who you are when you're calling them, and they don't know why you're calling. So in my mind, these are some of the lowest quality leads. Also, because you're paying for them and they can get very, very expensive. So that combined with all the other factors, in my mind, if you are getting into real estate and you're considering this, I would encourage you not to ever pay for leads. Now, let me be clear. There are teams and people who close paid leads. In fact, it's very common in the industry. But where I see it be most successful is with larger teams who have a consistent marketing budget where they get a decent return on their dollar spend. They're able to close enough deals to make it worth it. But for a new agent with a low budget, I would recommend you completely skip paid leads. All right, let's move up the hierarchy a little bit. The next I would have cold calling, FSBOs, and expireds. So what does that mean? FSBOs, for sale by owner. Expireds are people who had their property listed, it did not sell, and it's past the contract date, so now it's expired. So the reason why agents build businesses off calling these people is because you know for sure that they're ready to buy or sell. They are actively trying to sell a home and may have intentions to buy one after that. So that's definitely a leg up from the lead generation strategy we just talked about. The problem is you're cold calling these people, meaning they have no idea who you are. You're calling them as a stranger out of the blue. And more often than not, you're calling them very early. The people who succeed at a high level with cold calling call very early in the morning, 7:30, 8 o'clock. Yes, it pisses some people off, but these people get hundreds of calls from realtors because there's so many people doing this. That's another thing that makes this a lower quality lead, is because you've got a lot of competition with cold calling. And the reality is most of the people, when they answer the phone, if they answer the phone, are going to be very annoyed. Like, why are you calling me? So you have to get over that barrier, and this can get very expensive as well. You need equipment usually to set this process up. If you're going to be making a lot of calls, you can't be dialing every number. You need like a double or triple line dialer that will call consistently for you. You need to pay for leads. So paying for expired and FSBO leads is usually like $300 a month at least. So this can get very expensive. Now, again, agents build huge businesses off calling FSBOs and expireds. So I am not saying this lead generation strategy doesn't work, but we're just talking about where it falls in line in terms of lead quality. Okay, so you can close deals, but these people are not going to be happy to talk to you. This lead generation strategy is expensive. And as someone who tried to do this for about 6 months, I can tell you it's absolutely soul draining to be bothering people and asking them for business every morning. So again, cold calling, although you can be successful with it, in my opinion, is still a very low quality lead. Now let's talk about open house leads. We're getting a little better here. So I'm a big advocate for open houses. I just did a video about how to throw the ultimate open house. Okay, it's a great way to generate leads, especially for new agents to get immediate business. Open house is one of the best strategies I can think of, but it also has its drawbacks. Okay, number one, hosting open houses is not leveraged. And what I mean by that is you need to physically be in a location for hours to generate these leads. You can be doing other things sometimes, but it's going to take up your physical time. So, you cannot reach as many people in an open house typically as you can cold calling a few hundred people in an hour if you're calling FSBOs and expired. So it's not a leveraged lead generation strategy. Now, one of the good things about it is that probably anyone who's coming into an open house is close to ready to buy, seriously considering buying. You do have neighbors that come in who are just looky-loos, but it's reasonable to assume that you're going to meet some unrepresented buyers. Now, the other thing about hosting an open house is most of the people who walk in, if they're serious, they'll have an agent. They'll either have their agent with them or they'll already have a signed agreement. So you will be dealing with a lot of people who are already working with a realtor. But again, these people don't know you, okay? You're having your first conversation with them. So they don't know, like, or trust you yet. You have to build up trust by providing value. So everyone that I know that's really successful with closing open house leads, okay, they don't do it right away, although that does happen sometimes. Usually they connect with someone, get their information, and systematically follow up and provide value until the opportunity arises to go on a listing or buyer's appointment, okay? So we're moving up the hierarchy of lead quality. Open houses are good, but there are also some drawbacks, all right? Now, let's go close to the top, I would say, which are referrals from friends and family. Now, this has always been the holy grail in terms of lead quality in real estate. After all, someone has already advocated for you and said, hey, I know someone who's really great in real estate. And the lead is ready to buy or sell because they wouldn't be wasting your time. Now, maybe they'll say later in the year, next year, but for sure the person you're talking to is seriously considering buying or selling. And usually because their friend has talked about you beforehand, there is a small beginning layer of trust. It's not the same as if you're a stranger calling them out of the blue. There's already been an introduction, so to speak. But the reality is they don't know you yet. And honestly, in most cases, you're still going to be competing against other realtors for a listing or buyer's appointment. Now, don't get me wrong. These are some of the best leads. And all of the mega agents I know have built big referral business. They take care of their clients, they stay in touch, and they generate referrals. So I am by no means discouraging you from pursuing referrals. In fact, I think you have to generate referrals in your business to survive long term. But all that being said, these are not the highest quality leads you can get. There is one step to go in the hierarchy of lead quality. So what could be better than referrals from friends and family in real estate? That has always been the holy grail. Well, I'm here to tell you it's YouTube leads, okay? Now, you've heard me talk about YouTube. I make videos about YouTube. You're watching me on YouTube. What makes it so great? Why do I say it's the best lead generation strategy in all of real estate. Well, here's why. So you've heard the reasons why some of the previous techniques have some flaws, but here's the deal with YouTube leads, okay? There are so many pros, I probably will miss some. I have a whole list here. But first of all, just think about this. These are people who are reaching out after having watched you for hours and hours, sometimes close to hundreds of hours. You know, I have well over 100 videos on my channel. I have thousands of hours of content, and people tell me all the time they've watched every single one of my videos. So what happens when you spend that much time with someone? You get to know them. Even though we've never had a conversation, you can tell if I annoy you or if you like me, if you like what I'm saying, if you think I'm providing value, and you can get a sense if you would be comfortable or excited about working with me as your agent. So you can see how different this is from cold calling a stranger who's never heard of you before. There's really no comparison. You're talking to someone who has voluntarily engaged with you for hours at a time before you've even spoke. So right there should give you a peek into why I am so crazy about these YouTube leads. But let's keep going, okay? First of all, they reach out to you, okay? In all of the other strategies I mentioned, except for referrals, okay, you are reaching out to these people who are often strangers. Well, I don't cold call. I don't email people except to follow up. These leads reach out to me. They book Zoom calls with me, they text me or email me or visit my website and book an appointment. So this is like fishing with a net. I'm just collecting leads. I'm not actively having to go out and secure them for myself. So that's obviously a very efficient, a very leveraged technique. Now, not only that, when they reach out, okay, they have celebritized you, if you can believe that or not. Even though I only have about 5,000 subscribers to my YouTube channel, listen, the goal is not to be YouTube famous. If you have 5,000 YouTube subscribers, you're going to have more business than you know what to do with. But here's the deal. Even though you know you're no one special or famous, these people do, to some degree, celebritize you. They are really geeked out when you call them and they're actually talking to you. I can't tell you how excited some people get when they hear it's actually me talking to them and not someone from my team. So these people are really excited to talk to you. They feel like they know you, they've spent time with you, and you're a little bit of a minor celebrity in their mind. And how about this? Think about this. You've already trained them to some degree, okay? When I make videos about how to win in a competitive market or what some of my favorite neighborhoods are, I can't tell you how often I have people repeat back to me something that I've said in a video. So all those conversations that you have to have with new clients and new leads to train them and to get them in the right mindset, they've already heard that from me to some extent. So those are much easier conversations. I mean, there's nothing easier than a client repeating back something to you that you said to them in a previous video. And you just shake your head and say, yeah, I agree. That's a really great point, because they don't even realize they're doing it. Okay, but here's where it gets really good. And I want you to think about this so that you can understand why I think it's the best lead generation strategy. All right, when you make a YouTube video, it's out there forever. You're collecting leads in perpetuity, which means forever, okay? If you're cold calling, you're only collecting leads when you're making calls. If you host an open house, you're only collecting leads when you're hosting the open house. And even if you post on social media, on Facebook or Instagram, okay, can you go back and find old Facebook or Instagram posts to call somebody? You might be able to, but the nature of those posts is for them to kind of disappear over time. YouTube videos are designed to stay there for people to discover over and over again. So I'm collecting leads from videos that I made 2 years ago. Okay, I could not make another video ever again, and I will probably still be collecting leads in 10 or 15 years because those videos stay out there forever. It's like a net, just collecting leads as people find me. I love it. Now, let's go even deeper. Who are the people reaching out to you? These are typically people who are considering moving to your area, but they haven't decided yet. Now, why is that important? Well, you're talking to people at the top of a lead funnel. So what is a lead funnel? A lead funnel is just the journey from thinking about buying or selling to actually doing it. So when you sign up for Realtor.com leads, you're getting leads at the bottom of the funnel. Okay, these people probably are already ready to go, and subsequently, they probably already have an agent if they're qualified. Okay, whereas with YouTube leads, you are reaching them before any of your competition reaches them. Okay, when you make YouTube videos, you're no longer competing with Zillow or Realtor.com. You're not competing with other people cold calling them after they couldn't sell their house. You're not competing with other agents for an open house. Okay, you are engaging with people at the very beginning of their thought process for buying or selling a home. So there's virtually no competition, especially if they already like you. Now, obviously, yes, because of that, these are often longer term leads. So, they might not buy till the end of the year. They might not buy till next year. But what I've found is once you have someone who's ready that you talked to a while ago, you have people at all stages of being ready. And so you have people ready to buy and sell now. You have people ready to buy and sell in 3 to 6 months. You have people ready to buy and sell in a year or two. Okay, so your leads really stack up. But you're at the top of the lead funnel. Everyone wants to be at the top of the lead funnel. If all of these technology companies could find a way to get to the top of the lead funnel, they would. All right, so if that wasn't good enough already, how about this? It's completely free. Okay? Now, yes, eventually you'll buy some equipment. But if you want to compare cost to the other methods I mentioned, there is no comparison. Okay? You can literally get started with your cell phone, and that's it. You don't even need a microphone. Just get in front of the camera and start providing value to people. Tell them about your neighborhood. Tell them about the cost of living. Tell them about the crime and the quality of the schools. And go ahead and post it. It doesn't cost you anything. And even if you want to get set up with basic equipment, when I went all in with YouTube, everything I bought, the ring light, the microphone, some, ring light stand, a green screen, cost less than $200. Okay, it's free to set up a YouTube account. You don't have to pay anyone to do this at first. You're going to do everything while you set it up at the beginning. So this is completely free. But here's the best part. No one is doing it, okay? Now, yes, there have been more people getting on YouTube, creating these types of channels that I'm talking about, but relatively speaking, there is no competition on YouTube. A tiny, tiny fraction of a percentage of active realtors have a YouTube channel, and most of the people who have a YouTube channel are making the wrong types of videos. They're making videos about real estate, about the escrow process, about the appraisal process. No one cares about any of that. So the ones who are doing it right are making a certain type of video. So there is no competition in this space. Now, it's not going to stay like that forever, but this is green pastures, and this is why I'm so passionate about sharing with you how great a lead generation strategy this is. So I'll be sharing pictures of texts and emails that I get as people reach out, and I'll try to block out their information, but these texts and emails that you'll see as I'm talking, they're only a fraction of the reach outs that I've gotten. I've lost count of how many reach outs I've gotten since starting my channel a few years ago, but I average between 5 to 10 reach outs a week. They're not all quality. A lot of people want to rent, okay, and a lot of people aren't ready to buy until next year, and some people aren't qualified, but you know what? People are reaching out to me, wanting to work with me, excited to work with me. I'm virtually never competing against another realtor. No one bats an eye in terms of signing any type of brokerage agreement. And the best part is I can take a week off. I could even take a month off and not make any videos, and I'm still going to be collecting leads because all those videos are out there and people are constantly finding them. So I know that was a lot. But needless to say, if you're looking for ways to increase business, if you need more sales, if you're a new agent and you're like, where do I start? Or if you're an experienced agent, like, how do I go to the next level? I am telling you as strongly as possible, you need to start a YouTube channel. Now, here's what I'll say. It is a lot of work and you got to do it the right way, okay? You need to be very specific and planned with how you set up a YouTube channel, the type of content that you make, and how you put it out there. So, for all my watchers and listeners out there, if you're interested in getting the full playbook, soup to nuts, on how to create a YouTube channel, how to optimize the SEO, how to set up the artwork and channels, what videos to shoot, what titles and tags to use, how to convert those leads. If you want the full playbook, I want you to reach out to me. You can book a Zoom call, you can email me or text me. All my information is in the description below, so just check that out. But if you're interested in getting all the information you need to absolutely take your business to the next level, reach out, okay? Here's the deal. Everyone who partners with me, everyone in my organization gets access to a YouTube bootcamp valued at $6,000, okay? And this is not created by me. This is created by even bigger YouTube agents than me that I partner with. And obviously they get full one-on-one coaching with me, and they get full training on how to work with investors. So if you need help, if you're looking to partner with someone to take your business to the next level, let me know. This is not about you joining my team. You can still be a solo agent and get all of these benefits. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, book a call with me. I would love to talk with you. More and more of you are reaching out and finding my channel. I'm really enjoying the conversations that we're having. And I'm all about just helping other people grow and providing value, because if you want to be successful in life, I feel like that is a crucial part of it. So I hope that was interesting and beneficial for you. Again, no matter what you do for lead generation, just put some thought into it beforehand. Think about, what is the day in, day out going to look like if I want to pursue this lead generation strategy? Do I have the time, energy, and patience to give what it takes? And really think about if you have what it takes to start a YouTube channel, because honestly, it's the best lead generation strategy in existence right now. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.